I'm doing another video today. I actually had a book I wanted to talk about, but I didn't get to in my videos from earlier this week. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about that. And another book I got from the library too today. Book I wanted to talk about, Wicca for Life by Raymond Buckland. And this is like one of my very, very first books on Wicca. I got this as a teenager. It's not really a book for solitary practitioners. It's more for covens, but there's a lot of useful information in here. So, like, just show you the contents. He starts with what is witchcraft and gives you brief history. Then he goes into becoming a witch, which includes an initiation for a coven and a self-dedication ritual. He goes into Wicca is not Satanism. As we kind of all know, that's a very common misconception that, you know, Wiccans are Satanists or we believe in Satan, which is not true. Most of us don't believe in the Bible, so why would we believe in a creation from the Bible? So anyway, then he goes into family traditions, coven traditions. He goes a lot into like the oath of secrecy, why Wiccans, I'm going to say used to, because I think now we've progressed to the point where we do talk about Wicca. We talk about our paths, we discuss with each other, but he goes into maybe secrecy, why some people still keep it. Book of Shadows, Wiccan jewelry. Then he goes into more about the family witchcraft projects and stuff. He has in here several ceremonies for hand fasting, hand partying, birth and death ceremonies. There's a lot of information in this book. I mean, I can't say it's not for solitaries because it's a really good resource to have for solitaries, because necessarily we don't know a lot about what goes in the coven, and sometimes we may ignore doing certain ceremonies for certain times. You know, unless we're starting like our own family tradition or coven, we may not do things like naming ceremonies, you know, or we may not even do like hand fasting when we got married. When I got married, my husband wasn't a pagan or a witch, he was Catholic, and we just had a simple civil ceremony. I actually missed the hand fasting part, and you know, I wish it's something we had done, because I know traditionally hand fasting is you commit for a year and a day, and really I think that's like one of the best ways to commit in a relationship, because so much can change. But back to the book. And so he goes over a lot in here. I mean, this book is about almost 350 pages. He goes over a lot about just Wicca in everyday life, the different moments and ceremonies that we can do to commemorate those moments. And interesting thing in the back, he gives us music. A lot of songs written by him and his wife that we can use for the Sabbaths and Esphits. I've tried, you know, using some of this music. I really can't get a feel for it, but I like that it's included in here, because you don't often find sheet music or lyrics for pagan songs or Wiccan songs in books like this. So I would recommend owning this book, giving it a chance. I've said before, I have a love-hate relationship with Mr. Buckland, but you know, I really do respect and appreciate his work, so definitely worth owning. Second book I'm going to do today, this is a book I picked up from the library. It was actually a quick read for me. This book is quite different from what I read before. It's called Book of Witchery by Ellen Dugan.
Where'd she go?
And that's my sister in the background.
Oh,
hi.
shit. You get mail.
Thank you. I got mail. There we go. My book from Raymond Buckland came today. Yay. Okay, so Book of Witchery by Ellen Dugan. The way this book is broken down is sort of as a book of shadows, but more than that, it's broken down into 7 days of the week. Sunday through Saturday. And it offers lessons for each day of the week. So, after a brief introduction, she begins on Sunday. And her reason for writing the book in this way is that she feels a lot of witches and pagans and whatnot don't know their correspondence for each day of the week. And I don't know that a lot of people do memorize those anymore. I kind of have them in my memory, but it's from using them so much. After a while, you just start, it clicks and you know what you need, and you don't have to run to a book and look it up unless you need a substitution because you don't have something. But what she does, you first get at a glance correspondence. There's Sundays, and she gives you planetary influences and symbols, deities, flowers, plants, metals, colors, crystal stones, essential oils, tarot cards, and then last food, herbs, and spices. Then she goes into some of the deities. I'm going to address that a little bit later, but I'm just going to go over the brief chapter layout with you. She then goes into meditation, magical plants and flowers, colors are next, candles, metals and crystals. Then she starts going into some of the spells. She has a lot of pre-written spells for each day of the week. I'm going to say it's an introduction to spells because she has another section after this. She goes into essential oils, tarot card associations, and in here she depicts the Rider-Waite deck. Daily witchcraft is the next section on the spells. And here she gives you some craft ideas, circle ideas. It's kind of a mixed bag sort of thing. There are a lot of rituals in here, but again, she kind of gives you some craft ideas like making your own jewelry, candles, and that sort of thing. And then that's the end of the chapter. You move on to Monday. Now, I kind of did stick some post-its in here because I'm going to probably go back over this and look in detail because there were some things I kind of questioned while reading this. One thing she does, and I think it's just in an effort to separate herself from other Wiccan authors and be different, and that is she switches the sun and moon deities. For Sunday, which obviously is the sun's day, rather than focusing on male energies, she gives you 2 female deities, Suna and Bridget, in addition to a male deity, Helos. And then when you go on to Monday, she only has 1 female moon deity, Selena, and she has 3 male moon deities. I postmarked these just for myself. I'm probably going to do a little more research on them, but that's honestly the first time I've seen it in a book where instead of the traditional male and female, male being the solar energy and female being the lunar energy, it's switched up like that. Beyond that, the only interesting thing I did want to mention here as well, on Tuesday she kind of, couldn't find any other deities, and she sort of threw Lilith in here. Not a lot of useful information about Lilith. I actually have collected quite a bit of information on her just for my own personal interest. She more so goes into descriptions of what Lilith would look like. So that wasn't really too helpful. Interesting, but not helpful. Would I recommend this book? It's going to depend on your personal preference. For some people, their lives are so busy, I don't think they necessarily pay attention a lot to the different, they don't necessarily pay attention to, the days of the week. They kind of work magic when they can. Plus, if you have a good almanac, or I believe Buckland and Ravenwolf have these in their books, but correspondence for the planetary hours of the day, you can also work magic within those as well, if you really want to align your spell as much as possible with the necessary energies. So this is a very, very interesting book to read. I would say go ahead and read it. I mean, pick it up. Seeing it on Amazon for about $7. I don't know if I'll actually buy it once I return it to the library, but it's definitely a different type of book. So I'm running about 10 minutes here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video. May do a second one today. So thank you guys for watching and have a great day.